Welcome back to Spotless Mind. If this is content that you think you're going to enjoy, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to cover one of my favorite topics, which is fate, destiny, and free will. Fate, destiny, and free will are three aspects of life that have long been debated by philosophers, religious leaders, and scholars alike. Some people believe that fate plays a significant role in shaping our lives, determining everything from our success, our failures, and even our relationships. While other people believe that we have more control over our lives than we actually realize, and that the choices that we make and the actions that we take have a significant impact on shaping our lives. So while it's clear that all three of these concepts play a role in shaping our lives, the exact extent as to which each of these three concepts are relevant remains a mystery and a matter of debate. And so this leads to the biggest question, which is, how much control do we all really have over our own lives? Is there a predetermined outcome for all of us already in place? Or do we control everything that happens to us? Now, first I'm going to break down each of these individual concepts, starting with fate. Fate refers to a predetermined course of events that are believed to unfold in a person's life, regardless of their actions or choices. It is a belief that all that happens to us, whether good or bad, has already been predetermined by a higher power or supernatural force beyond our control. Maybe that higher power is God, or it could be the universe itself. So in other words, this theory makes the argument that since the moment we are all born, our lives are governed by this higher power or unknown force that ultimately has control over our destiny. This belief is rooted in many ancient cultures and religions, from Greek mythology with the three fates, to Hinduism with karma, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the best examples of fate that I can think of is from the 2002 film, The Time Machine, which of course was based off the famous novel by H.G. Wells. In the movie, Dr. Alexander Hartigan's fiancée, Emma, is killed when a mugger tries to steal her engagement ring and accidentally pushes her down a flight of stairs, leading to her death. Devastated by her death, Hartigan constructs a time machine in the hopes of traveling back in time to save her. Hartigan then travels back in time and arrives at the exact moment before her death. He then tries to save her by changing the events that surround the particular time that she died. But Emma still dies again in a different freak accident. So Hartigan continues going back in time again and again, trying to prevent Emma's death. But every attempt is met with Hartigan witnessing Emma dying a different way each and every time. Ultimately, Hartigan eventually realizes that Emma's fate was for her to die that very day, at that exact time. He learns the hard way that he cannot change the past, but more importantly, he learns that he cannot change the power of fate, even with time travel. Now moving on to free will. Free will is the ability to make choices and decisions without being influenced or determined by external factors. Free will suggests that we have the power to make choices that determine the course of our lives. According to this concept, every individual has the ability to determine their life's path and to shape their destiny according to their preferences, beliefs, desires, and motivations. Free will is often associated with the idea of self-determination and individual autonomy, as we are free to make decisions that will shape our destiny. Now, ultimately, fate and free will are two separate parallel roads that lead to destiny. What is destiny? Destiny can be defined as a force that drives a person towards their ultimate goal or purpose in life. Unlike fate, destiny is not predetermined, but rather is a result of a person's choices, actions, and efforts. So in other words, destiny can be changed by the decisions and actions a person makes. Some people view destiny as a kind of universal plan that guides and directs a person towards their ultimate purpose in life. Now that I've broken down these three concepts a little bit, let's go back to destiny. Now it's clear, at least to me, that we all have some type of destiny in this life. So then the question becomes, what happens if a person betrays that destiny? Is it even possible for each of us to betray our destiny? Now, the word betrayal in itself can be defined as an act of going against expectations or promises. And so while one's destiny may be predetermined, it is up to the individual to make the choice that will ultimately impact the realization of their destiny. Now, even though a person's destiny may have already been set by a higher power, there are still factors such as free will, as we talked about earlier, that can influence and divert a person's individual path of their destiny. So in other words, a person's choices, experiences, and decisions can either align with their destiny or lead them astray from it. It's also important to note that when we're talking about betraying one's destiny, it's not necessarily a matter of deliberately rejecting it, but rather making choices that prevent the realization of their predetermined outcome. So for example, someone who was meant to become a successful musician could one day decide to neglect practicing their craft and stop pursuing opportunities that would contribute to their growth in the music industry. They would, in a sense, be betraying their destiny by not making the necessary choices that would allow them to become successful. A person is usually always presented with opportunities that will contribute to the realization of their destiny. However, they must make the necessary choices to take advantage of these opportunities, and if they do not, they will be betraying their own destiny. Now, another side to betraying one's destiny comes from external influences. These could be people, situations, or obstacles that work against a person's path. But even when people are faced with these external factors, it's up to each person to choose on how to respond. They can succumb to these obstacles or work around them, adjust their perspective, or change their course of action. Again, the fundamental idea here is that even when faced with external factors, people still have the choice that will ultimately determine whether they can align with their destiny or betray it. So, in conclusion, my opinion is that destiny is not set in stone, and we all have the power to influence our destiny's path. Back to my original question, which is, how much power do we all really have over our own lives? Are we all ruled by fate that brings us to our destiny, or is it our free will? I suppose that there's no way that we'll ever get a true definitive answer. But personally, I believe that we all make our own destiny. There's no denying the power of human choice. And although there still may be some factors outside of our control, such as our genetic makeup, the environment we were born into, or unexpected events that happen in life, it is our choice and actions that ultimately determine the path that we take in our lives. Therefore, it is important to take responsibility for our choices and learn from our mistakes, and pursue our goals with determination and optimism. And hopefully, all that hard work will lead us to the destiny that we've all been hoping for. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, my friends.